Every team, every topic, everywhere. This is Believe.
First down and 10 at their own 10-yard line. Tevin Coleman with some running room. Tevin Coleman down the sideline. Coleman, one man to beat. Tevin Coleman's going to go 90 yards, and Indiana takes the lead. Randall L. scrambles, started off the pitch, keeps it himself down the sidelines. He could go. Antoine Randall L. touchdown. Rory going to the single coverage, end zone. Touchdown! He hits Cooper again.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We are back again. We're back again. I feel like I have to say that after every episode, or to start every episode. But things happen, right? Spring break, kids being born. What other excuses can I come up with? Golf. I don't know. Weather's turning, so there's children's sports. Just
playoff hockey.
Playoff hockey, that's happening right now. Thankfully, we're in between periods, so maybe we'll get this done in a decently quick time. Not in 15 minutes, but we'll see. No Brandon. Brandon is out indefinitely. He's the one who is expecting child.
Well, hold on.
Not him.
Hold
His
on.
wife is expecting child. He is the father.
We
He is the father of the child. Well, we assume he's the father.
Whoa, I was just going to say we don't want to get flagged. Okay, all right.
Okay, all right. Yeah, that's Seth. You guys know that voice. It's Seth. This is the most loosey-goosey episode that we're going to do because, one, Seth's going to be distracted the entire time by the draft.
I paused it. Oh, God, I paused it.
Did you?
Oh, no. Yeah, this is bad.
Pause it
before. Yep. I saw the Cam Ward draft pick. That's all I saw.
Oh. It's AFC South.
It's
AFC
fine.
South. It's AFC
I'm
South.
fine.
It's AFC South.
I'm fine.
Jacksonville traded up to 2, I think.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't know. My brother just sent me something about it. I have no idea what.
I was gonna say I have the phone turned down, or over. So
I'm not gonna watch it until probably after the Panthers game. So we'll see. Or double TV it. I don't know. All right, moving on.
Yep.
So NFL draft. We did talk about that. We are going to talk about that. We'll do a quick spring recap. I mean, everybody's done one. It's been a week now since the game happened. There's not a whole lot to talk about because there wasn't a whole lot that happened, or at least visually that anybody could see. We got a couple new transfers since we spoke to you guys last. A couple defensive ends. One I'm extremely excited about. The other one is a good piece. Maybe ends up being really, really good too. But and then that's it. And we'll get into Seth Sack real quick and then we'll get out. But let's start with the spring game. We'll just get this out of the way. I wrote down 5 to 10 minutes. I don't even think we're going to get that much out of it. But basically, it sounds like everything went pretty well. A couple injuries. Miles Jackson didn't go. So we got to see Coop in the slot, which is what Brandon loves. I've talked about it. I don't know why he just poo-pooed my discussion about it as well. But it doesn't matter. And you know what's funny is that I think Coach Sig said after the spring game, something along the lines of, we have so many different players that can play in so many different spots that we're not going to assign one person to the slot or to the X or to the Z or to the Y. But I totally agree with that as well. We had some attrition pre and post spring game. We'll kind of save that for a different episode. Lost Sam West is really one of the big ones that kind of stood out. No injuries, which was good. At least nothing serious. That's really it. I mean, it sounds like the defense played pretty well. We can talk about Elijah Hardy if we want to, but it's amazing how some of the bigger and Brandon, what's the right word here? Flogs pigs? Like,
yes.
What is it? Yeah,
yes.
A lot. And I'm a subscriber as well, so I don't want to, not going to poo-poo on him, but I am going to say that I was on the Elijah Hardy. I started the Elijah Hardy train. Maybe we shouldn't talk about trains.
Oh my, yeah. Today. I was going to say today's not the day, pal.
I started the bandwagon. for
we're still scary territory, I think.
Okay. Sorry. And sorry to whoever was affected by that.
Oh God, yeah.
Incident.
The pictures are awful, by the way.
I didn't look at them.
Yeah,
real bad. If you don't know what it is, just if you want to, you can Google Purdue train accident and see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, thoughts to anybody affected by that. Get back on track. Dang it. I was going to say get back on track.
Oh yeah, you are just, yeah.
This is totally unscripted. Just ridiculous.
So
We'll
on topic.
There we go. On topic. Yep. Okay. Spring game. Anything you want to talk about?
No, I think the two biggest things here are off the field. Well, three, I guess, is the transfers in, transfers out. I think that's always something we can look at. The majority of the transfers actually before the game, which I think was people saw some writing on the wall positions where a lot of people were coming in to kind of overtake those people who ended up leaving. So nothing really that was super surprising there. So again, no major, I'll say obstacles averted there. The second thing is no new injuries. Well, you already mentioned that. Again, that's what you're really looking to get out of this is coming out of this in one piece. And then the third thing is definitely off the field, and it's the decision not to air the game or whatever this was. I hate calling it a game. I think that's, unfair to what the actual sports, it's not football what they're playing. But the whole point is, how do you not seize? And I get, you've repeated a bunch of coach speak already from Sig, and he's really strong in that game. Don't get me wrong. And you can hide stuff and you can not put everything out there. I get that. But you just had this magical season last year. And you're having all this momentum leading up into the spring game. You've had the most excitement season ticket. You've had most people wanting to come to this game. You've had all this awesome stuff that you can point to. All the social media campaign that's been going around this. It's been phenomenal. And then to just have no outlet for it on BTN. I mean, it's just so easy to tap into the network, have them put a 3-hour commercial for your program on the air, highlight some key players, get some jazz, get some excitement about some new guys. I think it's a huge miss. And for a guy in a program who has done so many things the right way, and again, I don't know whose decision this was. If this was a Dolson, if this was a Sig, it could have been a BTN. I didn't hear about who made the decision. In all likelihood, I would guess it's Sig. And again, this is not a judgment on him. That's not where I'm going with this. I'm just saying, what a hell of an opportunity to strike a hot momentum iron and just, get IU football's footprint on the Big Ten map bigger. And instead, you kind of hide. And you kind of just go, well, we're going to go through the motions. We're not going to, everyone's great at every position. And we're so good. We're so happy about everyone who's on the squad. And of course, you're going to say that because you have to say that. But it'd be great to show that. It'd be great to have those BTN highlights out there. And people go, ooh, Cooper in the slot? Really? That does work. It's being able to have those conversations that they're missing out on right now. And I think the excitement of being in person and watching the spring game immediately dissipated by Friday afternoon because there is no ongoing momentum that they sustained from the game itself. And that's a big miss. And for a program that's doing so many things well, going so many places in the right direction, come on. Put it out there for the masses.
Yeah. Do you think part of there's so many questions. Like one of the things that popped into my head was maybe it was an attempt to get butts in seats.
Sure.
Instead of keeping people at home. I mean, I think it ended up being kind of a spitty rain day here. I don't know if it made it down to Bloomington or not. But I wonder if that's one of the things. The other thing is I'd like to know whose call it was. It was weird when they changed it from that Saturday to a Thursday night. We all thought, okay, that's a BTN thing. They want a prime time.
Exactly.
Program
that was my read on it.
Yeah. but weird.
There's 5 other games on Saturday. We want to have a day to ourselves where we're not fighting for airtime between Illinois and Wisconsin and all these other Big Ten teams. Let's have a day to ourselves. Let's have a primetime Thursday night. Big Ten doesn't have anything else on. They don't have anything else to promo at that time. What are they going to do? Show a Big Ten game between Minnesota and Michigan? Who gives a shit? I think a spring game would outdraw that 20 times out of 20. So again, I don't know what the decision is. And like you said, it may have been about driving physical attendance. There's numerous reasons that could potentially make sense.
Yeah.
I just haven't heard a single one of them.
This is his second spring game as coach, and it's his second Thursday spring game.
Mm-hmm.
I went last year. I can't remember what went on this year where I couldn't make it, but didn't have time in the schedule to make it down there this year. I don't know. I'm with you. There's not a whole lot of logic there. I mean, last year was televised. I believe it was. I was there, so I don't.
Especially on a Thursday.
Remember.
Especially on a Thursday, because again, the vast majority of the fans are coming from the Indianapolis area. You got to commute. You got to go back to work Monday or Friday morning in a lot of cases. So, I just think from a convenience standpoint, it was. I hate to say it because again, I'm a Purdue guy. It's weird buttering up IU. I'd like to just be able to rip at them, but now I feel weird ripping about it because they do a lot of things the right way.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have watched it. I would have been on my couch watching it if it was on.
Yeah. So let's move away from the game. And you hinted at the new transfers in. We don't, if you guys want us to talk about the transfers out, we can. There's some, as I said, I think Sam West, and this is a bad way to put it, maybe the highlight, I guess, of the transfers out so far. Knock on wood, that's hopefully where it stays. But we did get 2 guys in an area of position.
Hold on. Philistine was the other guy
Josh Philistine. We haven't seen
right, but we were all hyped on. We were all hyped on him. We thought he had some really nice potential. So that always sucks.
I was let me put it that way. I was most disappointed to see Sam West go.
Right, because he had the more clear route to the field.
Yeah.
He probably would have been the third tight end this year and probably would have ascended to number 1 shortly
next
thereafter.
year. Yeah. And I think he was now we haven't seen Holden Stays play because we couldn't see the spring game. I think he was hurt too, but
hey, if they bring in 2 guys, if they bring
like.
in 2 guys to do your job for you, don't you kind of take that a certain way?
Well, that kind of goes to where we're going right now. And we talked about, I know that I did when we talked about the transfers in and did the 2 deep and everything, what position we were kind of low at, and that was defensive end. And they brought in 2 defensive ends, both very experienced, both in their last year of college football.
The North Carolina guy, I am high on. I told you that.
North Carolina guy.
The UNC guy.
Maryland's guy. Maryland.
Oh, sorry, Maryland. Wyatt. Yes, okay. Wyatt. Sorry.
Kellen Wyatt. That would be the I guess the more hyped of the 2. That's the 6'2" edge out of Maryland. He's going to play what we're reading. He will be opposite of Kamara, or at least the position that he's slated for, opposite of Kamara. That's where we wanted some sort of experience, because right now we're looking at Landino, DePepe over there. So not a whole lot experience-wise there. Also coming over there to play on that side of the ball, Stephen Daly from Kent State. We had an awfully good Kent State player last year play on the defensive line. Not coming in with that kind of hype, not expecting that kind of results, but another guy that's played a lot of college football. Kellen Wyatt has the stats, at least amassing the stats. Both of them are 3-star transfers in. IU's, I think, ranked right now 20th in the country in the transfer portal, which, again, it's all based on numbers in, and then overall ratings of each one that comes in. So,
and then it doesn't weight the quarterback. You got to give the quarterback transfer a little bit more weight, and they don't do that in a lot of those rankings. So you have to think that the quality of Mendoza.
From what I've seen,
I've boosted a couple extra places.
My goodness, that kid. Yeah. If it turns out to be like what we've seen on social media or through some people that were at the game, this could be a real fun
Again,
2 years.
my
probably.
only knock on him at Cal was he had some inconsistencies, but his highs were high. And of course they're not going to show the low lights on social media, so we're only seeing the highlights. But the highlights are real.
Yeah. So we'll move on from that. We spent the first 15 minutes in there. That's good. We've got some fun stuff I want to do with the NFL draft. So
can we talk about Kent State lineman again?
We can.
Former Kent State lineman. Here we go.
So what I was going to do, I actually added one thing to this, Seth, and hopefully it doesn't steal from your sack, because you did mention something. Let's do this next. Let's not go. We'll do the first one I wrote down first, and that is predicting where the IU players land in the draft. Now, Seth and I pregame this. We think there's 2.5 players: Rourke, CJ West, and the half being Jalen Walker, who's getting a lot of hype, a lot of phone calls from teams. We knew it. He's a freak. The guy's an absolute athlete.
But he's one of those guys, and Brandon loves talking about this, that if you're a 5th, 6th, 7th round guy, you almost don't want your phone to ring.
Yeah, you want to be.
You almost want to be a UDFA.
Yes.
That way you can pick where you go to, obviously.
Yeah, we'll start with him then. We'll go Walker. I think this is the way it'll shake out. But so we'll go this way. We'll go Walker, Rourke, West, and we'll say where they're gonna fall.
So I tried to get every one of these guys on the Bears. By the way, I tried to shoot horn to make it make sense.
Simulated some drafts, did you?
Yeah.
All right. So Jalen Walker, where do you think realistically? I'm going to go undrafted free agent, maybe a late day 3 guy, like a surprise guy.
Yeah, and I think a lot of those guys typically stay in the region that they went to school in. A lot of times the local scouts really tend to pick those players. So the Colts, the Bears, the Lions make a lot of sense for him. My only fear is that the Bears have a lot of really good special team linebackers already. So I'd probably lean towards the Colts or the Lions.
Could he might be too small for this, but could he be like I don't want to use this guy because he's so much bigger, but you hopefully you'll understand. Like an Isaiah Simmons type. Could he be something like that? He doesn't hit like that is the difference.
But Isaiah Simmons is also 6'4", 230.
Yeah, and he's not that.
Yeah, I just don't know. I doubt that he'll have that opportunity.
Yeah. So that's one of the options. And I think, I don't know. I think special teams would be his niche, unless he can put on a lot of weight and pure muscle, and the guy's ripped as it is. It'll be difficult for him to break a starting lineup, I think. But he's an absolute freak.
He might be a third down linebacker. He might, there's certain niches that you can find, and you don't have to have a lot of great tape in order to find a skill set that you can apply yourself into. So, I mean, at the linebacker position, there are options.
All right. Next, Curtis Rourke. We've got some good news on him. Apparently he's throwing, he's doing some stuff privately and making sure the teams are seeing it. I think he was already slated as a day 3 guy, maybe an early day 3 guy. Where are we at with him now? Rounded. Give me a round. Don't give me a day.
Yeah, I'm still in that camp. I think he has probably 5th round talent. I think he probably has a round 7 grade. Mostly not grade. Sorry, that's not the right word, but probably potential picking area because he is coming off of an injury, and they will always hold that against you, even if you have absolutely 100% ability to come back. So that's what I'm thinking. Is I think he's probably closer to a round 7 guy. Not Mr. Irrelevant, not Brock Purdy, not down there that far. But I think he goes probably the top half of round 7.
So you brought up a name that I was going to ask about. So we assume backup quarterback. He's not going to be a starter.
Right.
We don't, he's going to have to work his way through.
He's not going to Tennessee. He's not going to Pittsburgh. He's not going to these quarterback needy teams.
Yeah. It's a weak quarterback class as it is.
To begin with. Yep.
Yeah. So if during my mock drafting, I've seen him, and I'm not me taking him. I don't take him every time. I've seen him go before I have the opportunity in the 5th, 6th round where he gets snatched up. And these are updated rankings based on, new results and everything else. These are PFF drafts. And he's getting snatched up about late 5th, early 6th. That's where I'd kind of stick him. Somebody's going to take a shot at him. The tape's out there from last season. He was phenomenal. Again, the knee injury, he played with a torn ACL the entire season.
So can I name 2 teams that I think might be kind of weird teams that would make sense?
Let's hear
and
it.
They're both AFC West teams and both teams that have relatively new quarterbacks, and they would be the Raiders and the Broncos. Now the Raiders brought in Geno Smith. They don't really have any backup quarterbacks. AOC's been there.
Is AOC there?
AOC's been there. He's not really a long-term guy. I like the guy. He's nice. But he's what he is. And then with Bo Nix, they've all invested everything into him. They're not really looking at having a ton of, dollars on the quarterback room.
Zach Wilson? Zach Wilson's out there.
I think so.
Right?
I think he still is. Yeah.
Right.
So he would really slide in nicely at the 3 spot, where they have the more. I can't believe Zach Wilson is a veteran quarterback in the room. Ugh. But essentially, you kind of want to have.
Bo Nix is still older than him.
I think he is too. But yeah, so you want to have kind of a balance in there of the the guy who they're pushing to start.
Zach Wilson's on the Dolphins.
Okay. So. And then they have kind of a veteran backup, and then they have the young guy rookie that are just kind of keeping on this team, keeping on the practice squad, as that third guy.
So the only reason I like the Broncos, I think, is the coach. I think being with Sean Payton's a good idea.
Sean Payton will be a great fit for him.
As soon as you said AFC West, the first team I thought of was the Chargers and Jim Harbaugh.
I knew you were going to think that too. Yeah.
Yeah, I think,
and I don't know who their backup
Herbert would be.
Is, but
I don't know who it is either. The other team that popped into my mind, because I don't know what they're going to do tonight, and I also don't know what they're going to do for their actual quarterback, is the Browns.
Yeah.
Flacco's back.
I just didn't want to put that out there. I didn't want to put that on him, to be honest with you.
I don't want to put it on him either. But Flacco's there, and they've got somebody else.
Was it Dorian Robinson, or is he still
there? They've got him. I think he's still there. But they brought in another kind of journeyman starter, I think, too, to kind of fight with him. Jameis is gone. I guess Watson's still there.
But he can't play.
No. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. I think
won't or shouldn't.
You just gotta fingers crossed and hope that he gets like a Nate Sudfeld in Philly kind of thing, where he can have a few good years where he sees the field a few times a season, wins a Super Bowl,
holds.
Yeah, exactly. So, I think that's a good spot. So, speaking of holds, I think a lot of people did this to him last year, probably will this upcoming NFL season. CJ West, a guy that I think was in the same realm of where we just put Rourke, maybe down to round 7, has skyrocketed up charts. And I have heard this. I've heard this. I can't remember the source. I wish I could drop it. You're going to roll your eyes, I think. I've heard he could sneak all the way up to day 2.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard late round 3 is his ceiling.
I think that's where I was going to put him.
I think
mid to late round 3.
Yeah, I think round 4 makes a lot of sense. Now I am very high on him, and I think a team could take a flyer, especially a team drafting late in the 3rd round.
Oh yeah.
There is a team that I would love him to go to called the Philadelphia Eagles, who prototypically churn defensive linemen into all pros. They just had 2 guys. They had one guy leave in free agency, one guy retired. So they have some needs on the front line. They have a pick at 32, 64, and 96, I think, somewhere in those ballparks. 96 makes a lot of sense to take a reach, not a reach, but take a flyer, take a whatever it is on a stout inside D tackle. I think it makes a lot of sense. And then the other two places, I think the Bears would love to have a defensive tackle. They have a ton of middle round picks. So early in the 4th round, if he survives to that point, makes a lot of sense for the Bears, who need some help in the middle, provided they don't try to get it in round 1, 2, or 3. So I think those are 2 really good landing spots. And then again, I don't wish this upon him, but he spent a lot of time in Ohio, and I think Cleveland has holes up and down
Everywhere.
that GD roster, and D tackles one of the more glaring ones.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know if he's a starter, but he'd definitely be a rotational piece.
Yeah, he could. I found a similar guy kind of in the same range of where they're slating CJ West, and that's Riley Mills from Notre Dame. Mm-hmm. Now he's coming off, he blew his knee apart against IU. What would you, he's got to be going higher than him, right? I mean, with a destroyed knee.
I think Riley's a little bit bigger too. I think
he's bigger. He's like 6'4",
6'5". Yeah.
A little bit leaner.
Yeah.
But if you want a big run stopper, you want CJ West. You want somebody that can maybe get to the.
If you want somebody who can play 3 or 4 different positions on the defensive line, Riley Mills is that kind of tweener, where he can bounce in again, D tackle. He can maybe bounce out to a 3-4 D end. So I think he's got some versatility. Sorry, talk about Riley Mills again. I think he's got some versatility that CJ West maybe doesn't quite have, where he's more pigeonholed into kind of a, an interior D tackle, 1 or a 3 technique. So it's just kind of it's one of those things where some people have some unfair, stereotyping maybe against them, based off body type. And so CJ West being kind of a round mound, bulky inside, it just adds a different element maybe that Riley Mills has, even though they might be similarly rated, similarly positioned on a chart.
Yeah. So we are done with IU players. We unfortunately just talked about Riley Mills for too long. And then let's do what is Purdue throwing out there? One guy, Mbako or whatever his name is.
Mbao. Yeah. He's creeping in the second round.
Yeah, I was going to say pretty high, I think, for being an
absolute disaster. I was going to say is not proof that he's. I don't know what he was a fine player. I didn't see him as a pro. I didn't see him as a second rounder watching him play. So that he's done something, or I don't know what the hell was going on. Maybe it was this coaching, and all of a sudden he got to pro. He got some pro scout coaching, and they're like, "Oh, here, do this and this," and all of a sudden you blossom into this guy. We also have some Nick Scorton, who spent the last 2 years at Texas A&M. I guess at Texas A&M.
Gus too, right?
Gus Hartwig is a fringe guy who got his butt whooped by CJ West in pro day, or not. I was going to say, I think Shrine. I think Mbao. Without looking, he had a really good camp, whatever it was.
I was going to say, I think he had a terrible game though against IU. I think he's the one that got blown up for the fumble. Who's the running back I hate that you guys have?
Maccabee.
45. Yeah. I think he got blown up by Kamara or whoever that was on that side, and just destroyed.
As you know, I have blacked out the vast majority of that game from my memory, so I can't tell you how that occurred.
My boss, Purdue guy, we were at a pre-construction meeting today, meeting with the mayor and some stuff of a city down south, and he walked in. Yeah. The mayor, I can't remember if it was the mayor. It was definitely it was an electrical engineer walked in and wearing a Purdue shirt. And Jake, my boss, was like, "Man, odds are pretty good for basketball season next year." And I just stopped them both. And I was like, "You guys understand you have to play football before basketball starts.
We don't have to acknowledge anything,
And they both go, they're like, yeah, we're not looking forward to that one. But all right. I've got a bonus question for you, and then we'll talk about Garrett selling houses, and then we'll do your sack and get out of here. You hate, and I haven't seen it.
Oh God,
I haven't seen any of it.
You're gonna ruin my sack, aren't you?
I think I am.
Okay,
but I think I'm going to make it better. Maybe we'll see. You
making my sack better. You're crazy.
You hate the location of this draft.
Oh,
I feel like without seeing it, I feel like it sounds awesome. But I think it's because you're also a Bears fan and you've
100%.
always grown up
yep.
hating Green Bay, right?
Admittedly. Yep.
So immediately came to my mind, if the Big Ten were to hold the NFL draft, what school would have the best NFL draft? And you can't cheat. You can't say Northwestern because it's Chicago.
No.
Or Rutgers.
That'd be awful. Oh
Yeah.
no, they would put it in. They'd put it in Piscataway the very first time they could, because they'd claim it's in New York
Close to
City.
New York.
It's in New York City.
Or Maryland, they could say
Right.
it's in DC.
DC or Baltimore. Shit, they can claim both on that
Yeah.
one. No, I think Wisconsin makes a hell of a lot of sense.
Okay. I didn't even think
Because
about
what
that one.
Madison, I would say, what Green Bay lacks in personality and accessibility, Madison has in spades. They are still only a couple hours from Chicago, so you can get there pretty easily from anywhere in the country. It does know how to host a party. It knows how to host a tailgate. And so I'm sure there's other places like Iowa knows how to tailgate. There's definitely some other schools out there, but that's really what you're looking for. And it's not, you're not looking for wild tailgates like, oh, we're going to Penn State and everyone got crazy. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about, people who know how to assemble properly, who know how to gather, people who know how to get into and out of places.
Yeah.
I would love Seattle. I mean, put it on.
I was going to say, I've got
Puget Sound. Do some tailgating.
Great.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
So you've got Washington and Seattle.
Yep.
Or you have, arguably the most beautiful campus in the entire country, and UCLA. That's where I was going.
I thought you were going Oregon, but okay.
No, UCLA. Okay. So you're right outside of the city.
It's hard to get to, but UCLA is
literally. I mean, it's going to take a lot longer during the draft to get there, but it should be about 20 minutes outside of the city, downtown at least. 20, 30 minutes outside of there.
Mm-hmm.
You've got incredible views. You've got nothing but just.
I think let's look at where would be awful. Like USC would be.
USC would be awful. Iowa would be awful. Nebraska would be awful.
Awful. Minnesota would be okay.
You know what? That's a major city. That would be a good spot.
Illinois would be okay if they turn the columns in the front of their stadium into the stage, and then that big lawn that they have for tailgating, they turn that into the crowd area.
Yeah.
They could make that work. Still not an easy place to get to. It is, 2 hours from Indianapolis, 2.5 from Chicago.
Penn State would be terrible.
Penn State would be all you can't.
I think they'd put on a good show, but
Columbus would be garbage.
Oh.
Ann Arbor could be okay. I just don't want to give them any joy.
Yeah.
Michigan State would be atrocious.
Close enough to Detroit. And I think Ann Arbor has a DraftKings
they do.
thing there too.
Because
East Lansing would be awful. Man, I don't know. I don't think it gets much worse than
Northwestern.
Nebraska.
I don't like Rutgers. I don't like Maryland. I don't know. Like Maryland has some decent areas, but I don't. No. I can't talk myself into.
No. Sorry.
Yeah. So I like Wisconsin, Washington, UCLA. I think that's a good solid 3. And Illinois is a sleeper. I didn't talk myself out of Champaign. If they can do it on the front steps there. All right.
Yeah, sorry, I got distracted. Our captain just got laid out by an absolutely dirty shot.
All right, let's wrap this up. Come on, let's head this home. Let's watch
the
rest of the game.
Come on,
you got this.
Talk to Garrett real quick. We'll be right back. This episode is brought to you by your go-to expert in the Indiana real estate market. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in a home right here in the heart of the Hoosier country, Garrett Lawton with True Blood Real Estate is the agent that you need. He's not just a real estate agent, he's a Hoosier fan just like you. And Garrett knows Indiana inside and out, from Bloomington to Indianapolis and everywhere in between. Plus, his personalized service makes the buying and selling process smooth and stress-free. So if you're ready to make a move, give Garrett a call at 317-410-8851 or visit his website at lawton-realty.com. Okay, we are back. Seth, do you have anything left in your sack, or did I?
I'm still gonna talk about it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go right through the stop sign at third base, and I'm heading home on this one. The NFL, I liked when they did the draft in one city. Was it New York or whatever for so long?
Yeah,
it
Radio
was awesome,
City.
great, cool.
Radio City, yeah.
And then they're like, we're gonna take this thing mobile. We're gonna take it to Chicago. We're gonna take it to Indianapolis or whatever. We're gonna
Detroit
take it to
last year.
Yeah. And not all of them were great, but they all at least had accessibility. They had personality. They had places you could go when you weren't draft centric. When the players come in, you could go see them out in the town doing stuff. Green Bay. And again, admittedly, I'm a Bears fan. I was bred to hate these people. And when Clay Matthews came out there and did his little Trump joke, I viscerally reacted. And every group text I'm in, I sent out something disparaging. Like, I despise everything about Green Bay. So again, take this with no grain of salt whatsoever, because what I'm about to say is absolute fact. Green Bay is the worst NFL city to possibly host the draft. There is zero personality. There is zero attractiveness. It's late April, so it hasn't even bloomed yet. There's no green. It's still bare trees. And the people of Green Bay are atrocious, just dirty,
nicest,
beer swilling, stinky people. They take baths. These are bath people. And there's no way to get there. So nobody is driving up from Chicago going to go watch some future Bear get drafted. No friggin' way. There's no way to get there. And once you get there, there's nothing to do.
Let me throw out some other cities that came to mind real quick of
we're going to be in Wilmington, Delaware next time. Come on out.
Okay. Jacksonville, Florida.
Boo.
Yeah. Kansas City.
Boo.
Yeah. Because Kansas City's not really that close to the city, I don't think.
No, but Kansas City at least has a weird personality, and it all centered around barbecue and being 4 hours from the Ozarks, but that's fine.
How about this one? Cincinnati.
I swear to God, La Rosa's Pizza.
Cleveland.
No.
How bad would Cleveland be?
But at least you can get to these places.
Yeah.
At least you can get there.
Buffalo, how hard is I'd be great, but that'd be amazing.
You fly into Toronto, you're fine.
Yeah, true.
YYZ has great departures.
Ooh, I just came up with one. How long? Honest question. You can give, like a 5-year number. So, how long until the draft is in London?
Oh, Jesus.
I'm going to say within the next 5 years. It's in London.
Why aren't they? They're trying to. Then they'll be in Rio de Janeiro, Mexico City. I mean, I just think it's stupid.
It's the Jaguars are
but
be there soon
but
enough.
what I'll say is I would much rather the draft be international than the goddamn games.
Yeah,
I mean, you're having the taxpayers fund these stadiums so that the billionaires can make all this money, and then the NFL takes the revenue they're supposed to be making from that home game and then ships it to London, ships it to Mexico City, ships it to Dublin, wherever these places are. I mean,
I just came up with the one that we've totally spaced. I got to see how far away it is real quick. All right, hold on. Right now it's a 14-hour drive away from me. From here.
14
How far
hours.
is this? No. We don't need this one. Delete. Oh, it's not that far away. I was going to say Foxborough. What if they tried to do it in Foxborough? But it's only 40 minutes away from Boston. I thought
Foxborough is not Boston. We have to make that very clear. If they did it in Boston Harbor, that'd be pretty cool.
I like Boston. I think we've talked about this on the podcast.
But if they do it in Foxborough, it is trash, dumb, stupid.
I'm assuming there is nothing else out there besides Gillette.
Now, from what I've heard, that is correct.
Boston is great for those people that
The city, city's
yeah.
fantastic.
Oh, it's great.
The
And
people less so, but the city. Is,
I was going to say, one of the things I wanted to experience when I was in Boston was the people, right? And so we get to this Airbnb that we're staying at. It's awesome. It's a new building. We take off. We're going to go do a typical Boston tourist thing and we're going to go tour Sam Adams, right?
Yeah.
Which was amazing as well. Like they take you through the whole process and then they literally sit you at tables and they're like, here's a picture of this beer. Here's a picture of this beer. Here's a picture of this beer. And you just keep going and going and going. And, but on the way there, I can't remember exactly what he said, nor can I repeat it. But we got the Uber guy rolled his window down, stuck his left arm out the window and his body while still seatbelted in to scream at somebody that pulled out in front of him. It was incredible. Within 5 minutes of being in the Uber.
I had an Uber driver who thought I was as racist as he was and just wanted me to know all of the neighborhoods to stay out of. And I was just like, bro, I'm literally going from the airport to the hotel. Like, I think I'm okay. He's like, well, South you there. Like just going through all these different. I'm just like, bro, no, please.
Yeah.
I asked for a quiet ride. Quiet ride.
Please be quiet. But yeah, dude, Freedom Trail's insane. The food there is really good.
I mean, the harbor is amazing.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean,
I'm a sucker for boats.
Yeah. I was going to say, if you're a big history guy, that is it. I mean, because half of that city is still stuck in that century. So, and it's pretty awesome. All right. Some of the thinking maybe should revolutionize itself, but I don't know. That's it.
Yeah, that's
question.
it.
I was asking. That was a question.
No.
Okay.
Hockey and draft. Let's roll.
Yeah, I'm trying to watch hockey still right now. Got 9 minutes left, up 1-0. Yeah, that's it. Okay, until next time. I already finished my drink, but where's the camera? Cheers.
Cheers.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.